What's going on, Pokemon Go trainers? Welcome to episode 390 of Lured Up, the podcast where we take Pokemon Go way more seriously than we do ourselves. Lured Up is part of the Pokemon Professor Network. Today's Tuesday, April 14th, 2026. And this episode is streaming live on Twitch, YouTube, X, and Facebook. I'm your host, Ken Pescatore, joined by my co-host and confidant, Adam Tuttle. Adam, yo.
Hey, trainers. How's it going?
What's up,
Hey,
dude?
Ken.
What's happening?
Not much. Just playing around with cardboard and playing Pokemon Go.
Living the dream. Living the dream.
Living the mega dream, you know?
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Good. Oh, man, my boards are messed up here. I got to fix this. We are streaming this live on a bunch of platforms. Remember, if you have Amazon Prime, that means you have Twitch Prime. It means you get a free sub every month once you link your account. We'd love it if you
It's
cashed
free
it in on
$99.
us. It is free night. Well, you know, you got to pay the Bezos. So
Yeah.
it's included. it's not, free doesn't always mean free. Free is it's like blinders, but you know. Anyway, we got some good stuff to talk about. I was looking at the calendar today, and I said, "Oh boy, we are officially under 2 months from GoFest, specifically Chicago. It's less than 2 months. It's going to be here before you know it. Like this is the home stretch. Forget about in game. Just life is just going to happen, and then all of a sudden you're going to be like, wait, I have to put my entire life on hold. It's time for GoFest. And that's, you know, if you know kind of thing. But yeah, we are 2 months away. So we're going to start prepping a little bit, put together a little guide on how you can kind of get your ducklets in a row. There's plenty to worry about on the screen and off the screen when it comes to prepping for GoFest. So we'll put some of our best practices and experience together to kind of talk about what you should be doing now to prepare for June. And if you think there's plenty of time, you know, we can revisit that end of May, and you're going to be like, oh no, I don't have anything prepared. So yeah, we'll talk about all that. But
my box is still full.
I mean, that's the least of your worries. That's the easiest part.
No, that's the most worries.
No, that's the easiest.
Gotta have the no.
But after the break, we'll talk about the last week of gameplay, recap that, including Tinka Tink Community Day, which was a lot of fun, brought a lot of people out. Sustainability Week kicked off today. We've got Riolu Replay Hatch Day this weekend. So plenty to do. The game's still chugging along. We just came off of Vanilla Week. The events are so like consistent and have been so consistent that when they do a Vanilla Week, it doesn't necessarily even feel too much different, right? Like you're not paying into a Go Pass. That's the one nice little bit of relief, I guess.
That is very convenient.
but outside of that,
my favorite part, actually,
it's still pretty, you know, the same. And if you're like me, and regardless of event, regardless of available Pokemon, you're going to be playing the game as much as you can, however you can. You know, the events don't matter as much when it comes to, you know, dictating play style and stuff like that, because I'm going to be out there playing no matter what. But we'll talk about that. Oh yeah, Pokemon Go partnered again with Major League Baseball. That's really exciting. I know this was very, very popular with the sports nerds that cross over into Pokemon Go. We've got a lot of people in our Lured Up community that are into this, and I've got a pretty solid collection going. You know what? I could pull that up for the video people. I've got a pretty good. I'm not a baseball fan per se, right? Like I don't really follow it anything like that. However, I do have a pretty good collection, and let me pull up the phone here. Got a pretty good collection of these Major League Baseball postcards in my postcard book from the different stadiums. So I've got Mets, we've got San Diego. I'm just scrolling through for the video. I've got quite a few of the baseball stadiums, some Pokelid stuff in here too. But where are my stadiums?
Would you say you hit a home run?
I did hit a home run.
Stamps?
I know I have more in here. I'm making myself look bad. I guess, oh, there's the Orioles. So these are really cool postcards that you can get at the stadiums. And if I had to pick a team, I mean, I'm a Yankees fan. I'm second cousins with Jorge Posada. So that's my primo. So, you know, I gotta always be a Yankee fan. My whole life growing up as a kid, I was a Yankee fan. So, you know, being in New Jersey, you didn't have many choices. You're either a Yankee fan or a Mets fan. And if you're in that weird part of South Jersey, you were a Phillies fan. But Yeah, Yankees blood is flowing. There's pinstripes in this house, I guess, if we had to pick. But we also got some event info leading into May as well. So man, I am sweating. So Adam, I'm so I'm so
Ken.
sweaty. 90 degrees in New Jersey today. 90 degrees. We were
Yeah, it
talking.
was pretty toasty
Yep.
here.
You had snow last week. We were talking. We were
I did.
talking about how the weather has been absolutely crazy, and you know, in New Jersey it was like going back and forth. We had 70 degree days, 30-degree days, 40-degree days, and it was like everyone was getting sick and the weather was all over the place. And I don't know what happened, man. It just happened. The chat is asking Adam, do you have a baseball team? Do you have a favorite team? If you had to pick. Adam's like,
For baseball, it would be Blue Jays.
the Blue Jays. I guess you are kind of Canadian. You are up there. But
Well, I don't know. That's just been the team I've enjoyed like as a kid. I don't know.
you got
And
to
it's like for football, it was the Mighty Dolphins. No, yeah, right. Is that what it is?
the Mighty Dolphins. You combine the Mighty
Mighty-
Ducks and the Miami Dolphins.
Yes, the Miami Dolphins. Shout out to Gerald.
So wait, so you're not geographically loyal to any teams?
No.
Like you're from New England.
Even
there's so many teams.
Well, like basketball, I don't think I ever had one. I think it was the Chicago Bulls just because of Michael Jordan.
Yeah, that'll happen. I mean,
And yeah, because of Space Jam, like that whole childhood thing. And then, I mean, really, it was the Looney Tunes, whatever that.
So as an old timer, right? A lot of my sports
And then the Mighty Ducks
came from video games, old NES games, Tecmo Bowl back in the day, Bo Jackson on the Raiders. You know what I mean? Like all the old school stuff. That's kind of how Baseball Stars on NES. Like that's kind of how I knew ball sports. But I mean, like when I was in high school, I played football. You know what I mean? I played Little League baseball growing up, so I was into ball sports a lot growing up. And then as soon as I got my license, I was like motorsports all the way. all I care about is car racing now. That's all that matter. Yeah, hockey. Adam plays hockey. Adam plays ice hockey. Adam's a real deal.
I actually this
player.
like the seasons are like 2 months. Like that's like how they like divvy everything out for like the league that I was playing with. So I stopped this current season so I could focus a little bit more on personal stuff and be available more days so we can get these creator things flushed out, these interviews before GoFest.
Yeah. So no, that's
So
exciting.
all for good stuff, but I am itching to play. I keep getting the emails that are like, "Hey, we can use the drop in if you need it, if you want to be here," and I'm like, I want to be there so bad.
That's so indoor or outdoor? Is it indoor or like at a rink, right?
Well, yes, it'd be indoor.
Adam freezes
It is at a
the
rink.
pond and goes and plays on the pond. I remember you
Well,
saying
it's just
something about that.
we already had our ice out, so it's like can't go on the pond.
Yes.
It's not that season yet.
But
Not till
anyway,
next year. Any hoot and a holler.
Any hoot and holler. I guess we could get right into this. So we had a good conversation on our weekly patron Zoom call that we have every week on Monday nights. We've been doing that call for about 7 or 8 years now. 7 years. Well, this this May, I think, is our 10-year anniversary of the network. Gotta Watch Them All launched 10 years ago. So that's pretty awesome that we've been doing this 10 years. But if you go back all the way that far with us, Lured Up was actually a segment on the Gotta Watch Them All podcast, which was like a variety Pokemon show when it first started. Yes, it focused on the anime, but we covered TCG, Pokemon Go, the main series games, lots of play Pokemon stuff, all the tournaments, like all that stuff we covered on Gotta Watch Them All. And then that kind of broke out. Special Conditions pulled out the TCG stuff, Lured Up pulled out the Pokemon Go stuff, and everything kind of branched out. Now Gotta Watch Them All is back with Lane, and we're just doing the anime. But yeah, we've been doing this stuff for 10 years, which is crazy. But shout out to everybody who's here in the chat early. Fisher J, Rooster's here, C. Fran, and Stacy are here, of course, fighting over the first spot. Joe's here. Appreciate everyone that's here in the chat early. We love y'all. We love y'all. But yeah, on the Zoom call on Monday, we were talking about GoFest prep, and I got to say, we have a new member of our community, and by community, I mean like our patron community that joins our calls. Her name is Renee. She's an Elite Four patron, and she has
Shout out
been,
to Renee.
shout out to Renee. She's been a joy to have in the community. And what makes it very interesting is she's a new player. And not only is she a new player, but she's kind of new to the very deep, kind of engaged gameplay that the podcast community typically has, right? We're so hyper engaged with this stuff. So when we talk about like GoFest prep or event prep or all this stuff, she's like, hold on, I'm taking notes. I'm like, this is all new to me. And it kind of reminds me like, hey, there is a big segment of this community that's just getting into the game or may have never attended an IRL event, like a major IRL event before. And even if you've been to a couple of these things over the last, decade, there's definitely room for some best practices and things that you should be aware of going into these events. And I think with 2 months left to go, we're kind of right on the cusp of, needing to start being concerned with some of this prep stuff, especially if you need to order things, because sometimes things take a little while to get here. So what we're going to start with is kind of the overall timeline of events. And if the Go Tours were any indication, we're probably going to see a Road to Go Fest event in May that will have like the May monthly Go Pass. We'll probably have a independent Road to Go Fest battle pass thing. And with that being said, your items typically are in high demand right before a big IRL event. And this is by design. Niantic seems to do this all the time. So right before a big event, they're trying to get you out there to raid. They're trying to get you out there to hatch eggs. They're trying to make you spend all your consumables. So you need to go into GoFest ready to replenish. So if you start thinking about this now, it can kind of ease that burden of not having to skip everything that's going to be happening in May, because we know that there's going to be some stuff happening in May. We got a first-time chat here. Sloshy Branch says, hey, you guys are my favorite Pogo podcast by a mile and a half. You guys are the best. Love y'all. First time making it live. Yo, what up? Yeah. Appreciate you so much.
Thanks so much.
Rooster in the chat says, just spend more money. Well, that's the thing. Yes, money
Yes,
money
you could
is
be a
the
whale.
answer. Money is the answer to a lot of the...
Just rename your account to Laboon and you could be a whale.
Yeah, the Pogo needs, right? Like everything can be followed, No, you have no lucky eggs, no problem, just buy them. You have no raid passes, no problem, just buy them. There's ways that you can kind of be smart about it, and that's the kind of stuff we're going to talk about here with some of the on-screen prep that you can do to kind of get you ready for the big day, the whole thing. Stacy P said Premier Access. Yo, if you got the Premier Access, that was the $100 add-on that gave you like cleaned toilets and a bench to sit on, but also gave you like a ridiculous amount of, incredible amount of items, raid passes, lures, all that stuff. Great value.
And remember,
for
you need the
$100.
items.
You're going to need the items. You're definitely going to need the items for sure. Stacy P put a toilet emoji in there. Yeah, remote raid passes for sure. If you're raiding.
Do they have bidets?
Yes, they have a bidet for Badoo. But this is my recommendation. This is going to be my number one recommendation. If you're not engaged in the gym meta, this is the perfect time to start getting into this. Because if you can earn 50 coins a day, and let's say you don't do gymming at all, you don't put Pokemon in gyms, you never collect your coins going in, on a normal week, right? If you start doing that, and you're then collecting 350 coins per week for the next 8 weeks, you're going to have a nice little chunk of change that you could use to buy some of these consumables that you're going to know you're going to want to run, like incense, lucky egg, star pieces. Those consumables, you want to put yourself in a position to be able to run this stuff for the gamut, for the duration of the event. and that costs coins. So no better way to attack that than putting Pokemon in gyms, getting, you know, getting your free coins every day, doing that diligence, and that's like a supplemental revenue stream of Pokecoins because you know you're going to spend them. So highly recommend the gym meta. Get in there, find a gym that has high turnover, put a bunch of Pokemon, and don't put one in there and then get upset when you get knocked out and you only get 3 coins. Try to put 5, 10, 15, up to 20 you could put in at a single time. Put a whole bunch in there. Put as many as you can. So that way when one gets knocked out, you could at least cash out and get your full amount. But without a doubt, go after the free coins. So it's a no-brainer. Definitely a no-brainer. The next thing I have on my list, this is an interesting one in our community because we've got Matty G, who's our longtime friend. He's the Wayfarer or the Way Spotters podcast official historian. I think he has like a Pokemon storage of like maybe 3,800 or something like that. Hardcore player, and just doesn't keep anything. Just catches the stuff. If it ain't a hundo, out of here. You know, extra shinies, out of here. Just major maintenance, right? So you have to figure out how much you want to invest into storage. And Adam, I don't know where you're at with this, but this never feels good. Buying storage is the ickiest thing of any purchase, in my opinion, because I'll be playing
9,950.
Okay, so you're up there. So you've invested in to the storage, but there's plenty of times
And I'm
where
at 9,837.
all right, you're in.
I'm like, I have 100 spaces basically.
But what ends up happening for me is I'll be like, leading up to me spending money on storage, I'll be like, man, this is the worst. My inventory is constantly full. I need new space. I need more space. I'll drop $20, fill up my inventory with the $20. It's gone in an instant. Feels terrible. I'll play. And then later that night, inventory's full again. And I'm right back in the same place. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. Like, I just did this for nothing. So you have to be smart about it. You have to figure out what you need to do. And I'm sweating, guys. I'm so sorry that I'm like gross on screen right now, but like it is so hot in this house.
I mean, I can't
I'm
tell
pulling
from
the
where
dad
I'm
thing.
sitting.
I'm like, I'm not turning on the air yet. I don't know. Open these windows. But if you're not going to plan on buying storage, be prepared throughout the event, throughout the weekend, throughout the day to be sitting there doing box maintenance while everyone else is freely catching. And if you're okay with that,
and you no, and you don't want to be in that position.
it's the
my
worst.
mom is constantly like, "Here's my phone. Can you delete stuff?" And she's like, "But if it's starred, it means I only have one of that Pokemon, so don't get rid of it." And I'm like,
Yeah.
these are the worst IVs you could possibly have, and it's like the event is active, like Mimikyu. It's like there's more that you're gonna be able to catch. You should get rid of this one.
Yeah.
It has 10 CP. You know what I mean? Like that's the kind of stuff that like kills me.
Yeah. And it's Sloshy Branch in the chat says, I still have to clear out my garbage Pokemon like twice a day. It's a journey, man. It's a journey. You have to put a lot of time into this. So
Yeah, and just getting rid of like what I caught today, I now have 9,765. So I'm like, okay, so I have just under 200. Like, it feels bad.
So
Because you need like 3 to 4, maybe 500 a day just to you're catching a Pokemon the whole
are
day.
you kidding
It doesn't
me?
stop.
I'm catching 3,000 Pokemon a day at GoFest. I need plenty of room.
He's a tryhard. It's all right, everyone. You don't have to be like him.
I'm trying very, very hard. Dude, I got the Go. I was setting 1 hour alarms to wake up every hour to reconnect my Go Plus. I was like, I can't miss any catches. Go back to bed, lure up the hotel, and then go back to bed. Make sure the Go Plus is on every hour.
Disconnects 2 minutes after.
Oh, it's so funny. But no, it's very important to figure out where you're at with your box. Your box maintenance, because that's like an absolute it'll torture you the entire weekend, and there's plenty of times where I'm dealing with
and
that.
You definitely don't want your box torturing you all weekend. You got to make sure it's shaved down to get rid of all of the excess Pokemon.
But yes, I'm telling you, there's nothing worse than wanting to play and then being like, oh my God, I'm full. That's the worst. Or going to catch a raid boss and it's like your box is full, you can't catch it, and you're like scrambling to
You
delete
have a full
something. Then you
box.
try to go back to
This is
catch
not
the raid boss, you can't get back in the raid. It's like it's the worst. So just remember, go into it figuring out what you want to do with your inventory and your storage because it's it's a lot of maintenance
just
work.
remember, you too can prevent box fires.
You totally can. You totally can. Start building up your ball inventory. Let's do a little ball check real quick, everybody. Let's
Ball
see.
check.
Everyone in
Let's
the
go.
chat too. Let's see where we're at. So, ball inventory is something that I've heard so many different strategies from so many different people of how they kind of handle their balls. And
My balls are feeling pretty good. I've got some blue ones, some red ones, some yellow ones. I've got about 6,000 roughly. I've got 2,000 exact Ultra Balls. I've got 1,851 Great Balls and 1,985 Pokeballs.
wow. Yeah, I've completely abandoned great balls. So I'm sitting at 4,499 Pokeballs and
Wow.
4,700 Ultra Balls right now. So every single hand catch I do now is just with Ultra Balls, and it's been a game changer for me. Obviously, when you're catching like Weedles and Pidgeys, like it doesn't really matter. These things have low catch rates or high base catch rate anyway. But just going into every catch, starters, everything with Ultra Balls just puts you at such an advantage of not worrying about stuff having to run or anything like that. Like, so if you could get your Ultra Balls to a place like this, I highly recommend it. It's the way to go. This
All
is
right, you
like,
inspired me. I'm now down to 1,500 Great Balls.
there you go. I get rid of the great balls immediately. Like I don't carry them anymore. And I
All
mean,
right, I'll get rid of another
I mean,
250
I've
for you.
got all these excess potions here too. Let me get my potions down to fighting weight. So now
Listen,
I
I don't keep any potions.
hold up. This is where I'm typically at. Oh, I got some Pokemon to revive
50
here.
max potion and 50 max revives.
I usually keep like 75 of each, but again, worry about this stuff. Think about this stuff. All this stuff is very important going into the event of like how you're going to be managing your inventory. Slashy said, "Can you change my life on ball maintenance? I got rid of all my great balls and I have 3,500 ultras and only 200 Pokeballs because of Go Plus." I'm telling you, I exclusively keep my regular red Pokeballs just for the Go Plus. I never catch anything with a red ball unless I'm doing it to be silly. Every other catch, 100% of the time, Ultra Ball. Just leave the red balls for the Go Plus. That way, I never have to sweat my Go Plus running out because, I think it was Go Fest last year in Jersey City. I went in, I was like, I think I'll be okay with 2,500 Pokeballs. And while I didn't run out, I didn't break even. I ended up with something like 400 or 500 Pokeballs left at the end of the event, which is a lot because I mean, I was catching anywhere between 1,000 to 3,000 Pokemon each day of the event. So, I mean, it was a lot. But, so ball maintenance, very, very important. Box maintenance in general, very
And then you got
important.
to remember too, like pineapple berries for all the unique Pokemon that you could only get in like 10K eggs and stuff
Especially
like
the
that.
regionals. Yeah, the regionals.
Yes, yeah, that's what I meant. But and having the Ultra Balls on tap will make that easier because then you can use the pineapple berry, throw the Ultra Ball, feel confident, run away.
Exactly.
And then
Exactly.
for the shinies, you don't want to lose, especially the regionals, especially whatever the main event Pokemon is. You want to make sure you're golden razzing whatever that Pokemon is to guarantee the catch.
Yep. We call that the grub, the golden raspberry ultra ball combo, the grub curveball.
Hmm. Hmm.
Next thing I recommend is the Pokemon tag system. Now, I'm reaching remote trade forever friends with people that still don't have things tagged in remote trade, which absolutely baffles me because they're still working through the 90 days with everyone. And then they're getting to the end and they have nothing tagged. That's some serious Bush League stuff. So I recommend use your tags, use your tag system to to isolate things, to separate things, especially your remote trade list or a trade list in general. Because if you're in person with someone and they want to know what you have available to trade, you can have them look at your remote trade tag. if you already have that built out. So it's just very convenient for like trading with someone on the fly. It's easy. See, Fran has a Chansey tag from me. Hell yeah. I'm so easy, bro. All these people from around the world, they want to trade with me, and they're like, "What do you want?" I'm like, "Chansey." That's it. It's easy peasy. But with the tag system, and this kind of tag teams on top of that, plan your lucky trades out. You get 6 lucky trades each event day at GoFest. So if you're buying into it with a ticket, so plan out your remote trades, especially if you have people that are on the other side of the world or in a different community that, unless you're remote trading with them now, there's no way that you're going to get these lucky trades off. Plot it out, pencil them in, dedicate it, and say, hey, I'm going to trade with you in Chicago. That way it makes things a little bit easier of coordinating and getting what you want, because this is the ultimate time to get this stuff that you may not, have the ability to get normally. So Leo says, I got called out for a friend about not tagging, finally have remote trade tags. Leo, if I became forever friends with you and you didn't have things tagged, you'd definitely be getting a text. I'd be like, bro, what the heck? This is crazy. But
You
yeah,
had one job. Come on.
plan out your lucky trades. In the Lured Up community here, we actually have a spreadsheet that we put in our Discord where everyone puts tries to coordinate day 1, day 2, day 3, all their different trades to figure out the best way to do it, because now this is going on 5 years of events that our community has gotten together. So all our talking heads that are on our Zoom every week, getting together in person, everyone's trying to coordinate their trades to make sure they can maximize it and all that good stuff.
Well, I
Andy
just
Ace
added a
in the
few more
chat says,
things.
when and where is GoFest? Yo, Chicago, bruh. Chicago, June 5th.
Chicago.
June 5th. Can't wait. What were you saying, Adam?
No, I said I just tagged a bunch of things.
Yeah, there you go.
I like
Building
that
up
I can tag a Tinkatunk, but it won't do anything.
Yeah. But building up your consumable inventory is a big one, and this one takes some strategy, and I recommend it like this. Let's say,
Wait a minute. Did we get contests? Did those come back finally?
yes, I was in one today. I had one with
So,
Chansey. I had one for Chansey.
yeah, I
Yeah.
got second in one. So
Yeah.
it's like the free items are back. Let's go
Oh,
participate.
dude, I've never purchased a premium lure module, but I've used a billion of them just from
Well, there's a
showcases.
reason we're called Lured Up.
Yeah, bro. Believe me, man. If I'm driving through an area and I see something going on, I'm dropping lures and leaving. That's my little calling card. I'll hook up the community. But this is the strategy I recommend for raiding. Now, someone like me, I don't get to play every day the way I want to, right? I have to play in between. Like today, we're going to talk about sustainability week towards the end of the show, but I still haven't seen the Silicobra at all. I didn't do any routes today. Like my Mondays and my Tuesdays are rough. I have no extra time. I went food shopping today. It's just hard to do all that. So let's say you do 7 raids over the week, right? And that's typically what you average. So I get in 7 raids a week. Now, if you do 1 raid a day and use your free raid pass, there's no cost, no foul to your raid pass inventory. You're maintaining everything because you're just using your daily free one. But if you do raid hour and you do 7 raids on raid hour, you're only using your 1 free raid pass, and then you're using 6 premiums. But for the week, you're still averaging 7. So I recommend just getting into the habit of getting your raids in spread out through the week so you can make sure you're using your free raid pass all the time. That way you're not going against and dipping into your green passes, because you want to start stockpiling them. Adam, didn't you go into GoFest last year with a ridiculous amount of green passes? Something insane?
Yes. Yeah, I had way over 100.
Yeah, that's
Well, I think 173, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, that's nuts.
Maddie G might be able to go back in the history files and find it, but I think it was something like 173, and I still walked out with 75.
Yeah, it's totally nuts.
Because of all the passes, you got the free ones,
Yeah.
and then you use them all, and yeah. So
start stockpiling this stuff, because like we were saying, the event's going to be here before you know it. And if if you're doing 7 raids a week anyway, just spread them out a little bit. And I know that could be harder with finding parties and remotes and all that stuff, but if you could just spread it out a little bit, prevent yourself from having to dip into those premium raid passes and just use your dailies more often, it's definitely a good strategy. It's to maintain your inventory levels.
And also, I'm surprised you haven't even brought this up, but Mega Evolution, your favorite thing,
Sure.
because that gives you bonus candy and bonus candy XL
Yeah, yeah,
or
and
XL boost.
well,
So like,
it's also going to help you with raid DPS, right? So you're going to be able to complete
yep.
raids faster because you're doing more damage and your team's doing more damage, so it makes you more efficient.
So just make sure that you not like dial that in, and if there's rotating habitats or whatnot, you rotate megas. Get those candy
Yeah.
XLs.
So they're actually switching up the habitats this year, and when we talk about our off-screen stuff in a minute, we'll talk about it. But um, I guess planning your park gameplay experience is very important. Now, what it comes down to, especially if you have people that are used to these giant IRL destination events, is the park is only 4 hours of a very, very long weekend. The bulk of your gameplay is going to be happening outside of the park. So
Mm-hmm.
those 4 hours that you're in the park, it's going to be super important that you really focus on maximizing that, because there's going to be different experiences. So I'm just going to pull up the website real quick. This is the Chicago blog, the Chicago website for GoFest. And instead of having habitats like they've previously had, where there would be, okay, this is the mechanical marvels area. That's where all the steel type and the electric types are spawning. And then over here, in the sunken treasure area, that's where all the water types and poison types are. What they're doing here is they're saying 4 skill-based zones throughout the host park. Now we're specifically talking about Chicago here. It says team leaders will show off the best parts of their teams in the recruitment zone. Trainers can complete raids, learn more about each team, and put their PvP skills to the test at the battleground. So, like, let's say you're into raiding. Let's say you're going after Mewtwo or Zoror. Like, you really want the raid Pokemon. This recruitment zone might be the part of the park that you want to spend the bulk of your time in. Obviously, you'll probably have to traverse it all to complete the special research, but with any ancillary time that you have, figure out what area suits your play style and play there. So that way you can maximize it, because as soon as your park time expires, you're getting kicked out of the park, your spawns turn off, like there's nothing you could do. So you really have to maximize that park time, because it's, like, again, limited to 4 hours, and when it's done, it's done. This is the next one. Wander through the conservatory zone to encounter an incredible variety of Pokemon species up close for all shapes and sizes. Pokemon from across your Pokemon Go Pokedex might appear. So the conservatory zone is going to have plenty of wild spawns and a diverse wild spawn. So if that's what you're trying to do, fill in your dex, hundo chase, this might be a good spot. Cultivation Zone says learn about Pokemon through special event themed field research, special event themed eggs, and increased incubator effectiveness. So that's a great way that's like, it comes down to hundo hunting, hatching, and research is like the way to go, right? Like, that's
Yes,
just
for
a
sure.
great way to go after it. So it could be good for that. And then finally, you have Team Go Rocket's Hideout. It says, battle Team Go Rocket and take on shadow raids to reclaim Pokemon Go Fest for Spark and Team Instinct. So you're interested in building up your shadow Pokemon inventory? There you go. You got Team Rocket's Hideout. So figure out what works best for you in your play style, and that way you can maximize that in-park event, because, you're going to be playing 12, 13 plus hours a day, every day, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. But for 4 hours in that, you're going to be in the park. So just make sure you maximize your park. And of course, after you do your special research, prioritize the special research for sure. But that's the stuff that I have right now, at least 2 months out on screen. Adam, you think of anything else in game that you could do to prepare, or is that kind of a good?
Like knowing what the raid bosses are, I'm surprised we didn't, do one of these like a battle party. Ooh, ooh.
Well, we
Like
got Mewtwo,
we
bro.
really should have a party for that, and just stay consistent with that, and just focus. Like make sure you take it down as fast as possible so you can enjoy the rest of the game.
Yeah,
Your game day.
build out your battle party, so that way, even if you do get like fully wiped,
Whoop
which
whoop.
you probably won't, because there's going to be full lobbies and stuff, but being able to jump in and out, heal quickly, and have that party ready to go, it just saves time in the long run. So, yeah, build out your battle parties for sure.
And then speaking of, research being the way to go, stack researches so you only have to do like whatever it is. Like if it's like use up all your stardust that you just earned to get this research reward, like stack it,
Yeah.
have
Especially if
3
you're
of
in the
them,
park,
use it.
because you'll be able to see your halos in the park. Everything, for the most part, everything's going to be new, right? Because they're all placed
Yes.
spots, outside of the natural ones there. So yeah,
And don't
utilize
be
that.
like me and forget to claim research either. So like if you because there's like different pages. So if you
The event was
go
ending
to the
last
left.
year, and Adam's like, "We gotta walk to the other side of the park. I need a metagross or something." It's like, oh,
I had to go back to the ship because I needed something. I don't remember what I needed,
yep.
but we had just went to the ship. Like I had went there, and then we like went the other way, and then I was like, it didn't say I caught anything. What? So then I had to run all the way back to get it. Just make sure you're claiming your research, because not this one. I forget where it was. It was when they had the big, like everybody had to go like down.
That was Seattle, I
Which
think. Might have been Seattle.
maybe it was Seattle, but long story short, I did not complete my research because I completed the task, like whatever it was, but I didn't go in and claim it, so I missed out on one of uh the collection challenges.
Yeah. Yep.
I like caught it and then I was like, "Whoo, I did it." And then when my park experience ended or the event ended, it was just like, "Yep, sorry, that's gone."
So
That was a feels bad moment for
one
sure.
a technique that we'll talk about as we get a little bit closer, because it's a little bit more of an advanced technique, is creating search strings and building out search strings to easily navigate through transferring your Pokemon. I'm going to pull up my phone really quick just for the video viewers here, but uh, I have a search string that I've built that's just for clearing out my inventory. And these search strings can be kind of technical. It could be something like, exclamation point shiny and exclamation point this and that, all these like weird mumbo jumbo. But you could use text replacement on your phone to save these giant, long, annoying search strings that no one's going to be able to type out. And you could put it onto some kind of text replacement to make it real easy. So for me, I use the text replacement TTT. Oh, I just broke my phone. TTT when I'm transferring Pokemon. Of course, my phone doesn't want to work right now. So if I were to type in TTT in my phone, you could see the search string there, and it pulls up this entirely long, huge, massive search string here because I have it saved on my iOS text replacement. And I can go in here and select all of them and transfer right out of here indiscriminately and not have to worry about it, because all the stuff I favorited, all the hundos, all the shinies, all the costumes, all the important stuff is excluded. So I can easily go in here and clean out my catches very, very, very easily. So we'll get to that, in another episode, because it's a little bit more advanced. But yeah, search strings and text replacement, definitely a best practice faux show. Yes, and Sloshy says you can save search threads in Pokemon Go by looking at your recent search threads. Yeah, as long as they're in your recents, they'll save there as well. So as long as you're not doing too many of them, you can keep them at the top of your list. All right, moving on, Adam. Let's talk about stuff that you could prep off screen. This is a little bit
Oh,
different now and equally as important, because the majority of time you still have to live and breathe and all that stuff while you're playing this game. Right out of the gate, I'm going to say I hope your travel is booked, because not only is Chicago starting to really fill up, but prices of Airbnbs and things will increase over time. And the closer we get to the event, the higher the airfare is, the higher the hotel rates are, the higher the Airbnbs are. So get your travel booked as soon as you can. This is kind of just like a basic life principle. Just do it as soon as you can, and work it like that. Now, there's plenty of hotels that are outside of the Chicago O'Hare area of the airport. The Blue Line transit system runs directly to Grant Park, and faux show, you're going to definitely want to pay attention to the Chicago Transit System website, and you could download an app and kind of uh, see where the entire, like, Chicago is one of the greatest public transit systems I've seen of any of these cities that have
Hmm.
hosted events. Like,
Yeah,
really,
they
really
do.
awesome. Very easy to navigate. You can get a card that you can put your credits on, make it really easy to jump on, jump off of buses, trains, all that stuff. I think it's called like the Ventura card or something like that. But get to know the Chicago metro system, especially if you're flying into Chicago O'Hare and you want to go to the park. Literally, the blue line takes you almost to the doorstep. So, very, very cool transportation system. Highly recommend everyone learns it because it will aid you significantly when you're once you're there. All right, so I want to talk about some products, and I've gotten this thing every single year for every single live event. And yes, I look like someone out of Star Wars or Star Trek, but I'm telling you, this is like the greatest thing ever, especially if you're like me and if you think about walking, you start sweating.
Hmm.
This is a neck cooler, and I know it looks crazy, but you wear this alien looking thing around your neck and it drops your body temperature by about 20 degrees. It
I
is
saw
a
them. They
game
had them
changer.
at like Five Below for $5. I even saw them at the Dollar Tree for $5 in
Well,
their $5 section
well,
because it's
that's
no longer
those
the
are
dollar.
fans. Those are just fans that blow on you. I'm talking about these things have like this metal bar that
Oh wait,
elect.
the thing that Justin had?
Yeah, remember I had them too. Remember, I mean, we were
Oh,
passing that thing
okay,
around.
all
Everyone was
right.
cooling off with it. It was the best.
Yeah, that
But
thing was very nice.
it's like it's a game changer. And like when we were in New York and it was July 4th in the heat of July, it was 105 degrees. It was lifesaver
Yeah,
for
because it was
me.
like ice around your neck, and then
Yeah.
it was blowing the cold air up and down.
Oh,
So it was
so
going
good.
down your shirt and
So
up in your
good. So
in the
good.
back of your head. So it's like, ooh.
I highly recommend this thing. Game changer, neck cooler. Don't hate. I know it's silly. It's ridiculous. The next thing is power banks. And if you think you're going to have enough charge at these live events, guess what?
You don't.
You don't.
You won't. Nope.
Get
Literally
extra power
every
banks.
single year. Even I bring like 3 or 4, and it's like it's just still never enough. It's
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So,
Or like I only bring 1, and I forget the other 2 at the hotel or something, and then I'm like, "Oh man, I really
yeah.
need another one." And like
Get yourself
luckily,
power banks.
you're in a group, so sometimes people like if you have 2, chances are somebody else is going to need one. So bring an extra power cord and an extra battery pack. So 2 power cords
Yeah.
and 2 battery packs at the very minimum. So if somebody needs one, you can help out.
Yeah. And the way these power banks work is they're rated with milliamperage that will tell you like what their capacity is. 20,000 is typically a number I use as a rule of thumb. I won't get anything less than that, especially if you have a higher end phone or a larger phone. You might get one full charge out of it while you're playing and burning battery while you charge. But just take in mind that some of these are heavy, some of them are clunky, some of them are flat, some of them are square, you know, but you're going to want power banks without a doubt. Like, this is a no brainer. This is typically the calling card of a Pokemon Go player. Like, you see someone holding a phone and they've got, a wire going from their phone to their pocket. There's a good chance they're playing Pokemon Go because that's just the thing. It's like, I don't know, we're like cyborgs or something. It's like
Yeah,
we're
and
plugged
you
in.
gotta remember, this isn't like, oh, you're going for a walk down the street. This isn't you're playing community day. This is you're like running a 5K or running a
Yeah.
marathon. Like you need water, you need snacks, you need your battery pack, you need a
Energy.
charge cable, uh, you need comfortable shoes.
Oh,
That's
dude,
a huge one.
I got one.
Maybe even backup shoes
Dude,
because remember our feet got soaked. I went and bought sandals just to have, and that was like a breath of fresh air because I was walking around with like soaking wet shoes.
dude,
That was awful.
extra socks. Bring extra
Extra
socks.
socks.
I'm telling you, like, you could have a dry event, right? But you're in a park, so there could be wet ground, and all it's going to take is stepping in one puddle to like absolutely ruin your day. When we were in Jersey City last year, or was it New York 2 years ago? I bought like a giant like 20 pack of socks at Target. And then it was just like when we met up with the group, I was just giving out socks. I was like, who needs socks? Who needs them? Who needs them? And it was just like it was a life changer for people because they were walking around with sloppy, soggy socks all
Not
day.
not all heroes wear capes.
Some have 20 packs of socks that they just give out. And it was so funny because like I wore a pair of those socks the other day and I was like, bro, I started with 20 of these. I have one left. I literally gave out 19 pairs of socks that day. It was great. But yeah, extra socks for sure. Oh, phone cooler. This is something I've never used, but I know people swear by these things.
Yeah,
Sometimes
I
your
saw one
phone
last
gets
year.
like nuclear hot, like where you start losing frames, the game doesn't run as well, it crashes. These little MagSafe, mag coolers go on the back of the phone. Razer used to make one for like 60, $70. I don't think they make it anymore, but you could find like a newer one here, 25, $30. Like they're not too bad, but these things definitely help if you have a phone that cooks. Now for me, sometimes I'll be playing Pikmin at the same time as Pokemon Go. If I do that, I could cook an egg on my phone. Like it gets hot. So I would definitely benefit from something like this, but a phone cooler is definitely something that a lot of people are kind of swear by if their phone is prone to overheating. Oh, bags. Bring an extra bag. Every year I've gone to one of these events, I leave with more stuff than I came with. So have some extra storage, or if you have a suitcase, don't pack it to the gills. You're probably going to, pick up some t-shirts or merch or a plush or this or that. Make sure you have room to get it home. A lot of people were scrambling because they didn't have room to take it home. They ended up shipping boxes back to their house from the hotel and things like that. There are ways around it, but just be prepared that you're probably going to buy stuff when you're there. Let's see what else I have in here. Oh, plan to spend a really incredible amount of money on food. All these cities, food is expensive, and it takes people by surprise. I remember, I forget who it was, might have been Trainer Mystic or something. Like we went for lunch.
They carried a whole thing of
Yeah,
water through the
yeah.
city.
Well, that was Adam. Adam
Or was
carrying
that
a
me?
thing of
Oh,
water
okay,
through the
sorry.
5 boroughs. But we went for lunch somewhere and got like a little snack, and he's like, "Bro, it's $20." I'm like, "Yeah, man. Welcome to the big city, dude." It's like you're gonna spend a lot of money on food, especially if you're eating from the food trucks and stuff in the park. Like, just be ready. Just
Yeah,
be
and like I said,
prepared.
snacks, definitely you can find a Target or a, CVS or something. Just stack up on snacks. Whatever you think you'll need, just and then, get like enough stuff for, you know, all 3 days, but, you know, I don't know, I'd say like snacks for like morning, night, and then or like when you're walking around, and then just have like one big meal,
Yeah, yeah,
you know?
bro. I do it
Because you're
every
gonna be
year.
burning it off and you just need whatever's at night and just
I
enjoy it.
buy the loaf of bread, peanut butter jelly. I'm making peanut butter and jelly sandwiches all weekend, bro. I gave out a hell of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches last year too. I'm telling you that's good. But yeah, granola, protein drinks, yogurts, protein bars,
Electrolytes.
electrolytes, things like that. Like sounds
Yeah,
campy,
you don't
sounds
want your
cheesy.
legs cramping up or your feet cramping up because you didn't drink enough
Yeah, you
water or
gotta
have enough
hydrate so
salt,
you
so,
don't
like
dehydrate. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
yeah.
very important to stay
But you
hydrated.
also need the salt though, so you gotta
Yeah,
get the
you have to get those
electrolytes in there.
electrolytes.
Because
Let's
you're gonna be
see.
sweating up a storm, it will be hot.
Oh, and
Deodorant is always good.
thank you. Thank you. Stank ass people. Get some deodorant. Yeah, you're going to be sweating. You're going to be sweating a lot. So definitely do
Maybe
that.
even a hat, like one of the bucket caps.
Yeah, a fisherman's hat or something like that. Give yourself a little
Yeah.
shade. No, I'm telling you, it's, for me, like I got the bald eagle flying whenever I'm outside. So it's like I gotta protect the dome at all costs because it's like a homing beacon.
Well,
Just
just think too, if you have the bucket hat, at least it's blocking so much sun that it can actually block
block your
the
phone
sun
too.
from hitting your phone. Yeah.
Yeah, that's like when you're out playing and it's like your brightness is on a max and you're like, I can't see my phone at all.
It's
This is
pitch black.
gray.
Why can't I see this?
Oh man, but all this stuff is just really important to the grand scheme of things, and being over prepared will likely put you in a situation to help someone else out. And that's equally as
Yes.
important because, you know,
Sunscreen?
yep, sunscreen, like all this stuff, chapstick, like things you don't necessarily think about. But when you're outside all day, we're going to be on the water. There's going to be a lot of wind. Just things like that you have to prepare for. And even if
You
like,
wanna bring your onesie Pikachu outfit,
yes,
yeah, just in
yeah.
case, you're needed at, like, a birthday party or something. You go out to dinner and
But yeah, all this stuff is super important. And, start thinking about it now. Start thinking about it now. If you need some time to research what equipment to get or what chargers to get or whatever it is, you're going to need it. And, maybe you could help out a fellow trainer by over preparing. So I don't know, Adam, that was a lot. That was some of our pro tips talking about GoFest. I think we should take a quick break. So when we come
well,
back,
we've
we
got
can,
we got one more thing,
what,
one more
what?
thing. Group play versus solo play,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
because you gotta think too, like, the solo grind, like, if it's, you and a couple people, you can get through raids pretty quick, you can get through the city pretty quick,
Mm-hmm.
you can do a bunch of trades because you're only trading with, like, 2 or 3 people. Again, with raids, you can drop lures like collectively and make sure that like wherever you're eating, whatever is tackled. And then like, if you're going with a group, which, we do tend to have a group with us,
Sure.
it's typically a slower pace. And, there's a lot of distractions like, look at that. Let's nominate this.
Yep.
Jamal. It's you just got to pick how you want to play.
Yeah.
And then also make sure that like while you're at the park, have a plan with the people you're with to be in a party.
Yes.
Like
Yep.
capitalize on those benefits.
Yep. Yep. Get that party power too for raids. But all right, let's take a quick break. When we come back, we'll recap the last week. We'll talk about Tink. We'll talk about Sustainability Week, and we'll get out of here. What do you think?
All right, that sounds like a plan.
We'll be back right after this.
Right after this. Bow, bow, ba, down.
What up, chat? Appreciate everybody. Appreciate all y'all.
Chat is chatting.
I'm drinking a Red Bull at 11 o'clock at night.
Oh, did you watch the One Piece? The championship? Because they were doing Red Bull with they're like giving out packages
Sponsored.
for the players.
Hashtag
Yeah.
not sponsored.
Yeah. Hashtag not
I
sponsored.
wish I had wings.
Hashtag I wish I had that Luffy promo. Let's go.
All right. All right. I'm ready to get back into this.
Are you really? I was ready to take a nap.
Nope. I'm ready to do this, man. I got wings right now, bro. I'm ready.
All right. Let's do this.
And we are
back
from our break. Thank you
to
so
reality.
much for that. That was a short break. We're making it happen today. We're making this happen. A little housekeeping. Everything we do here at the Pokemon Professor Network is powered by the community, and you could join our community of supporters over at patreon.com/Pokemon Professor for as little as $1 a month. Head over to patreon.com/Pokemon Professor, and you can support a collective of hardworking part-time creators that have a passion for Pokemon podcasting and the communities they share here at the Pokemon Professor Network. I want to take a moment to recognize some of our patrons, our gym leaders, Maddie G, Espion Willow, KJ the Man, Herbert, Brandy, PJ, Fisher J, and James. Shout out to our executive producers, Xander, as well as the other executive producers on the network, Monkey Bread, Tish Smith, and Kate the Cons. We have our Elite Four trainer. We have 4 spots open. One of them's been taken by Renee, part of our Elite Four patron tier. Thank you so much, Renee. And finally, our top dog, our boss, the Giovanni tier, Boris. Yeah, thank you so much for supporting
Boris.
the network.
Yeah.
We were able to do some pretty cool stuff for thanks to our patronage this month. We're upgrading some of our equipment on the Waste Spotter side. I'm going to be getting some promotional materials out to every one of the shows. We're putting it all right back. Everything we make here from our Patreon gets recycled directly back into the network. And my taxes, bro. I owe a G in taxes this year. That's not good.
Yikes.
I wrote off $7,000 worth of stuff too, bro. You should have seen my Pokemon Go expenses. I wrote off all of it, and it was It did not make a dent in our network expenses. It's a lot to run like 20 websites. But no, thank you so much for your consideration over at Patreon. And oh yeah, you can also get this very podcast ad-free in audio format on our Patreon as well. So if you want to do an ad-free experience, that's available up there. All right, let's talk about the game. Let's talk about Tinkatink. Were you able to play at all? This was a Saturday. Did you get any Tinkatink action in?
I did.
You did? How did it
I
go?
did. It
Amazing.
was okay.
Really? What was
Um,
the community reaction? Were they excited for Tinkatink?
well, I did mine solo
Okay.
because
Okay.
I was at a show and then
Oh,
I
okay.
walked around the park after it, and then I kind of went and got something to eat and just was kind of like catching the whole time. But I got a ton of the backgrounds. I got a ton of shinies.
Yeah, I got a ton of the backgrounds too.
Yeah.
Like so many. I'm like looking at what my inventory, my search string kept in my
And
inventory, and
it's
I'm
like,
like,
how many
why
do I
do I?
save?
Yeah, I
Do I
know.
care? Do I want to tag
No.
these for my remote trading?
No, like that's it.
No? Oh, okay.
I'll keep like 3 total. I used to do that with the costumes. Like, oh, people are gonna want this Santa hat Pikachu. And it's like 6 years later, I still have 6 Santa hat Pikachus. I'm like,
That's
nope,
how I am with
it's going down
the
to 2 or
teachers.
3. Chopping them all down. Same thing with these backgrounds. It's like, yeah, I'll save one for the remote trade bucket, but that's about it. But I had a wild community day, man. I caught 5 hundos, 2
What?
Tinkatink, and hatched 3 hundos all during community day.
That's
Absolutely,
insanity.
totally nuts. So 2 Tinkatink hundos in town. One that was like on the halfway across the town. Someone called out. We walked all the way out to. And then I also got a Nundo. So 2 Hundo Tinkatink and a Nundo Tinkatink, which was incredible. I think we had
Wow.
6 Shundos caught within our group, which was amazing. And then we did a ton of raids and everything. It was just a nice day of playing. It was really, really cool. Because the way it was like the first event, we were wearing like t-shirt and shorts. It's like, oh man, I forgot what this game is like when the weather is nice. People actually come out. It's like we had a nice little group going. So it was very, very cool. But no, Tinkatink was good. I think this was a Pokemon that people were really excited for. Um, but then we had Sustainability Week kick off today at the time of this recording, and this is going to be going through Monday, April 20th, 420. Whoop, whoop. But we have Silicobra and Sandaconda available, and Galarian Corsola wearing some pink sunglasses. I've seen no Silicobra in the wild. I did get a Corsola from research, but these things are more likely to be encountered during routes, and this is a pretty cool thing. We've seen this with spawns or with eggs. They're doing different days of the events have different encounters boosted. So the 14th through the 16th, this is going to be more frequently on routes, right? Togetic, Galarian Corsola with the glasses from the 14th through the 16th. Then the 16th to 18th, you've got Trubbish added to the mix. From the 18th through 20th, you have Lapras into the mix. So increased shiny rates, all that good stuff. There's a Go Pass for the event as well. And this is like all these recurring events, whether it's the Water Festival, Sustainability Week, or even Adventure Week, like they've changed over the years. This event used to be wrapped around and connected to like Earth Day and like cleanup
Mhm.
projects and all that. Like all that's gone. It's just back to in game now. But when you have events like this, I like how they're doing this now. When Pokemon are rare, when they say like if you're lucky you might find one, I've seen no shadows, no silhouettes on my nearby at all. Have you seen a Silicobra in the wild? Nothing, right? I'm
Nope.
fine with that. Now, I didn't play much today. I only played in between, life stuff. But I actually like when things are a little bit harder to find and they're a chase. I hate when they're like, oh, this is the rare Pokemon of the event, and then you still leave the event with 50 of them. It's like, this was not rare at all. I'm already a day into the event, not a single Silicobra. So I'm okay with that. I'm okay with this chase. I kind of dig it. Definitely kind of dig it. Oh yeah, Toadschool, Wiglet, and Silicobra will appear more frequently in natural biomes. This is where during those vanilla weeks you can kind of feel out the area and figure out what spawns where. I think the
Yeah, my area
Silicobra are like
hotspot.
sand biomes. So like the beach or anything in OpenStreetMap that's sand. And I think there was one other texture in OpenStreetMap that these things were spawning on, the desert style stuff. Oh, there's also 7K eggs as well that you could get the Galarian Corsola in too. So, and what else do we have here? Oh yeah, this there is an avatar item with holding a little plant. I kind of like this. I think this might be my new pose going forward. Little plant. Love it. Love it. But this is going on for another week, so you got plenty of time here. Running through the news, Riolo replay, Riolo Hatch Day this weekend. So this is the memory event. This is the memory season.
I remember that event.
Yeah, I remember playing that once, and I'll never play it again. No, look, this is for people that have never, didn't have a chance to do this the first time around. A lot of people are like kind of passive with this stuff the second time around, which isn't a big deal. $2 for the timed research. Here's the MLB thing. There is a schedule on the MLB page of what games they're going to be at. You can get your Pikachu with the background. If you spin a stop in the stadium, you get the avatar hat. So there is some cool exclusivity here. But here's the schedule. It is up on the website. It's not many games at all. So if you want to take advantage of that, you're going to have to be astute to get there. And then looking into May, Lechonk Community Day has been announced for May 9th. Everybody loves Lechonk, right? I think this is, I don't remember the last time they had a single evolution Pokemon for Community Day, but they do that every so often.
Well, they have a male and female version for it to evolve into.
Yes,
so
yeah. You're right. But what's cool is that like in the mud tradition of Mud Boys here, Oinkalone will know the fast attack Mud Slap. So could be cool. I mean, again, I don't know the PvP relevance here, but whenever a fast move is added, that typically will have some impact on PvP. Another $1.99 for Community Day. And then finally, no, we talked about Chicago. That's it. We did it. Adam, we totally did it, man. We did it. This was a go.
I was gonna say $1.99 after everything. That feels pretty good.
Lechonk is so cool.
I might actually get it for Lechonk because I would rather have the hundo for that.
I love Lechonk, bro. Lechonk is so cute, super good.
It's shiny as bright pink too, so it's like it's very nice.
Yes, you will know it. You will know it when you get that shiny. But Adam, that's pretty much a show. Thank you so much to everyone that's here in the chat. Thank you everyone who's listening on audio. If you want to watch the video, you can head over to our YouTube channel. It'll be up there on the VOD. Again, every Tuesday night we stream these live. Every Friday the audio and VOD hit. But Adam, I think that's a show, right?
I think that's the show.
All right, everyone. Check out luredup.com for more info. Keep training, trainers. Thank you so much. Prep for GoFest. Clean out your box. Night. We'll see you next week. Bye. Thanks, chat.